One-step equations with algebra tiles. This is a digital lesson, and it starts with explaining to the students the value of each of the tiles. So a small yellow square is equal to 1, a small red, -1. The long green bar is equal to x, the red, -x. And then even though we won't use them on this particular lesson, it's good to introduce them to the x squared, positive and negative. Then they're shown zero pairs. So they should have already had zero pairs with integer chips. But with the algebra tiles, one yellow and one red single square add up to zero because they are the positive and the negative of each of these. So you're going to show students then how to represent an equation, a one-step equation, using algebra tiles. So x plus 3, well, this is x, the green, and 3 would be 3 small squares. And then 6 would be 6 of the small positive squares. X minus 4, that means we've got 4 negatives, equals 2. And then students are going to do this on their own on the next slide. They're going to represent these equations. They're not going to solve them yet. They're just going to represent them. So x plus 2, they're going to have an x and then 2 positive squares for x plus 2. And then 4. And they just click and hold on these pieces and they can move them anywhere they like. So that represents that equation, x plus 2 equals 4. They're going to do the same thing with the next one. And they've got a couple more on the next square, or the next slide. Now they're shown how to solve. They're going to add tiles to make zero pairs, and that way they can isolate their x. So they want to get rid of that 3. So they're going to add 3 red tiles or -1 tiles. But if they add 3 red tiles to the left hand side of the equation, they have to add 3 red tiles to the right hand side. So that's the first step. And then if they take out the zero pairs, they're just going to move the zero pairs to the side. And they'll see what's left. So now they've done that on the right hand side. They're going to move all of these zero pairs, one red and one yellow, over here to the left. And then what's left is x, this green bar is x equals 3. So they can just type in the 3 at the bottom. Okay, they're going to do the same thing with the next problem. X minus 4 equals 2. They want to isolate the x, so they want to get rid of these 4 red squares so that the x is all alone. So they're going to add 4 yellow to the left-hand side, 4 yellow to the right-hand side, take out the zero pairs, and then they'll have their answer. So they get a few more to practice here. Now we're going to move on to one-step equations with multiplication. So here we show 5x equals 10. So we've got 5 x's and 10 of the small tiles. And then it just shows students what these look like. 4x equals 12 and 3x equals 9. And then on the next slide, okay, we want to divide. So we want to isolate the x. So we've got 5x equals 10. So we have to take these 10 tiles and we've got to divide them evenly between these 5 tiles, x tiles. We divide them up evenly. Then we're going to end up with 2. Each x tile is going to equal 2. And so that's our answer. X equals 2. Okay, they've got a couple more to do on their own. So again, they're going to take these 12 tiles, 4x equals 12, take the 12 tiles, divide them evenly among the 4 bars here, and then find out what each x is equal to. A few more to practice. And then they've got all addition, subtraction, and multiplication problems to solve. Just get some practice. And then we're going to move on to division. Division's a little bit tricky. So again, this is the green X tile. We've just made it larger so that we can divide it into equal sections. So here we have x divided by 4 is 3. We're going to take this x, we divide it into 4 equal sections, and that will equal 3. So that means there's going to be 3 in each section. So they have to move the tiles so that there's 3 in each one of these equal sections. And they're going to count all of the yellow tiles to get their answer. So x is going to equal 12 yellow tiles. And they've got a few more to practice. Now, when they get to the final slide, they're going to be creating their own design. The first thing they need to do is show the tiles that equal 3x equals negative 9. And they're going to only use those tiles to make their design. So 3x, we're going to have 3 green, no red because it's positive. And then negative 9 would be 9 red. And then they can create any design they like with these, all of these tiles, the red and green tiles. Let them be creative. Let them come up with any design that they like. So that is digital lesson on solving one-step equations with algebra tiles.